So
Yo,
much.
thank you for
This is
coming
really
in.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. So before we get into the meaty part of our conversation, we're gonna talk about some of the games that came out this week. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake, Star Wars: Dark Forces remastered. I'm not familiar with that one. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Welcome to Paradise. Any thoughts on
Yeah,
any of those games?
three of them are remakes.
Three of them are remakes.
Three of them are remakes.
Rebirth is not
Uh,
necessarily a remake,
I,
is it? It's
I'm
not.
gonna let
Yeah, it
Heartless
is.
talk about the other ones because I have a lot to say about Final Fantasy Rebirth. I've been waiting for this game for years and
That's
years and
crazy. That's the
years.
one I did not look up.
Oh wow.
Okay. Ah,
But it is the remake of the original Final Fantasy game. It's a part of that story, that
but
series.
Right.
Correct me if I'm
um,
mistaken.
Yeah, it is. It is.
yeah, I was just joking. I'll lead off with the brothers one. The brother one seems really interesting to me. I was watching the trailer and doing the research. It seems like it seems what got me the most excited is that it's local co-op.
Hmm.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah,
Like
we don't have much
seriously,
of
like
those. We
lo
definitely don't have much of
lo
those.
local co-op in games is so rare these days. I think the last one we had was what is it? It Takes Two.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was about to
That
ask. It
game.
plays like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it seems like it plays very similar. You have like your two characters that are side by side, and you have to like traverse all these different things. It reminds me a lot of ICO. I don't know if anyone remembers that callback from
No.
way back in the day.
I don't.
It's like this old platformer, kind of like Prince of Persia,
Mm.
or kind of like Shadow of the Colossus, where you have this girl with you, and you have to like lead her through these puzzles and stuff. She was the original Ashley before Ashley. She could only move forward if you were holding her hand, and
Oh wow.
yeah, that game wasn't local co-op, so you had to do it all solo. But this game seems like that. It reminded me a lot of that, and yeah, shout out to PlayStation, another PlayStation exclusive. So,
It's a
and it
PlayStation
also,
exclusive.
that's what it said in the trailer. It just said PlayStation, and then in the tags, it's only
Um,
listed PlayStation.
it was out
So,
on Xbox prior though, because the original game was on Xbox, and how it was set
okay.
up was, it wasn't co-op. The first game wasn't co-op. You are the one controlling both characters in the
Both
original game.
characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the setting of it reminded me a lot of
Yeah. Go ahead,
the
Artis.
setting
But saying
reminded me a lot
another
of
joystick for the other. It's crazy. I can't imagine how people would like this. You use one joystick and trigger to control one character, and then the other joystick and trigger to control another character. So you control them two characters at the same time. It's crazy.
Damn. I didn't have that much experience with it, but I am familiar with the game. I don't know,
I'm
bro.
just happy local co-op is back on the table. Like
Right.
seriously.
Yeah, I agree. The
Mm.
local co-op is we're missing that a lot today, and
Yo, local co-op is dying, bro. I'm being
Yo,
real with
too
you
outside
guys.
too
out,
fast,
Too
too
fast,
outside
fast.
of outside of fighting games, like what other games are local co-op now?
right?
I can't.
Nah, but not even that. I'm talking about like story-driven co-op. We don't have much story-driven like co-op games unless it's like an online game, right? It's like
But
it's either
that's where
Call
we're
of
heading, though.
Duty. Yeah, that's where we're headed. But it's like it's either Call of Duty or what did we play last night? Helldivers. But it's
That
never
shit was
in the
lit.
same room. You can't play in the same room with someone anymore. You don't
Yeah, you
have
can't
that
sit
luxury.
shoulder to shoulder with them,
No.
and you can't sit on the same couch and play
Mhm.
with anyone these days.
It's
It's
always
very
some kind of
funny to
competitive
me.
game.
That is a loss of value there if you think about it too.
Hmm.
Like a loss of financial value.
How so?
Like you, because if when you buy a game for $60, you used to buy a game for $50,
Hmm.
and you and your brother could play together.
Right.
Now, two people in the same household are forced to buy two copies of one game.
Not only that, two consoles.
Well,
Yeah, two
I think
consoles.
the hardware companies might benefit from that because when you buy a PlayStation, it only comes with one controller, so you'd have to buy a second. Have you
Wow.
needed to buy one prior to that?
Yeah,
So,
but it
Right.
doesn't
oh,
make up. It doesn't make up for the now. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but they're making more money forcing you to buy extra hardware in terms of a console
Mm.
and buy an extra copy of every game, every single game you want.
Hmm.
You know, they could sell off like, hey, like you get like an extra controller, but you're still only getting $50 worth of value there, and you still have to go buy every copy of the game. It's not the same as it used to be, where you'd have the extra controller, you
Hmm.
buy the extra controller, you buy the game, you only spend $50 in the game once.
Right.
And that's gone. That's dead.
That's
a
dead.
question to the PC gamers out there: do you think that this is, good for the future of PC gaming to have local co-op? Because local co-op's not really possible with PC gaming. So,
Well,
is that good or bad for the industry?
what about Parsec? If the game has local co-op, you can use Parsec But you still
Yeah.
need 2 PCs.
Yeah, we
See?
definitely still need 2 PCs for that.
And who has 2 PCs sitting next to each other in the same room? Outside of an
Exactly.
office,
Right.
outside
Yeah,
of a corporate office. So
Yeah, that's true. So
that
yeah,
feeling's gone.
yeah, PC like co-op games are dying out, and it's dying out way too fast. It's almost as if they're not even making it, bro. Just to think about when It Takes Two came out, like it was the talk of the town when the game just
yeah, it
came
won
out,
Game
bro.
of the Year,
The
right?
one game of the year, bro.
Yeah,
To show
it
you
just
how
shows you
how
That
much
was
of
major.
how much of a like commodity that game was. Like people
it
love
shows
the
you
game.
there's a market for this.
Mhm,
That
there is.
people want this.
This also reminds me, side note, this also reminds me of when, that when we had that dry spell of like single player games, we weren't getting any single, it was always co op games. And then Star Wars came out. Not Jedi Survivor. What's the first one again? Jedi. What's the first
Uh,
Star Wars Jedi
yeah,
game?
the Jedi one.
Yeah.
I think it's
Jedi
Jedi
Survivor one.
Survivor.
No,
I'm
Survivor is
gonna
the second one.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Cash,
Mm-hmm.
because that game doesn't get the credit for the revival of single player. Dark Souls gets the revival of of
No,
solo
no,
player
definitely,
content.
but no, it became a lot. That was the big conversation when that game came out. Like, yo, this is proof that people are clamoring for more single player games. That's when everything hit its fever pitch. I remember that.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen
Yeah.
Order. Thank you, Chad.
That's what it is. That's a good game.
Yeah, the game was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's what
It
I'm
is
talking
good.
about.
You got it
A
for
lot
I
of
will
free.
say
games.
this though.
Mhm.
I will say this though. Think about it this way. If you have a game in which 2 players sit next to each other side by side and they play on one screen, that means the 2 characters and all of their actions have to be on one screen. So there is limitations. So there is advantages that you get by having 2 consoles, 2 screens, and 2 players that control 2 people that control their characters non-locally because they get to experience the game in a different way.
I'm gonna respond to that when you finish there. I'll respond to that
You
when
got it.
when you're
I was
done.
just gonna say the only other option is split screen.
What I would say is the response to that would be games like Diablo 3. If anyone remembers X-Men Legends back in the day,
Bro,
Oh, man,
don't
that
even get
game.
me started.
Ultimate Alliance. Those games are all on one screen, and you could play with 4 people.
Right.
It was all on one screen, and I think that actually enhanced the co-op experience because you all had to travel together. No one got left behind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
First, from that perspective, co-op wins.
But-
Co-op reigns.
But if that's the game you want to make, that's the game you want to make. But if you want to make a game, imagine a game like Elden Ring in which the 2 players were forced to play on one screen.
that wouldn't work.
No,
That
it
wouldn't
Yeah,
work.
you're right there.
It wouldn't work.
You would have to be like the top, one on top, one on the bottom.
On the
to be
bottom,
even.
and then you get like I don't like
But
that experience.
TVs are so big now, that's not a factor. Back when we were doing that, back in the 64 days, when TVs were only like 12 inches and you had 4 screens on that same shit, that
Bro.
was
That
a
was
totally
crazy.
different thing. But now,
I don't think
We
my
don't play
eyes
on
would
one
TVs,
adjust.
quarter of
though.
a
We play on
screen would be
monitors
24
nowadays.
inches.
Yeah.
So,
We play on
Yeah.
monitors nowadays, though. We don't play on TV screens.
well, those monitors are only probably about 24 inches, right?
And that's what I'm saying. So for you to get a monitor the size of a TV big enough so that playing local co-op is feels nice and smooth, you're spending a lot of money.
To be honest, it probably would be better to have it split up like that because if you're thinking of you're watching a game and you're having this one game and it's split up amongst this giant like 40-inch television, I don't know how great that would be playing a game like that. So
Yeah.
if it's all broken up, you might get better graphic resolution, have it being smaller.
I'm not
smaller.
sure. I'm not sure about the
I don't know.
technology behind that.
I don't know.
That's something that PC players would benefit from and like because playing co-op or multiplayer on PC, you can like extend the screen across multiple displays, so
Oh,
you don't really
yeah.
gotta deal with that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
That-
true.
That is actually
And
right.
like, a lot of streamers have like their
That is
chat
true.
on one screen and stuff. You couldn't do that on a TV. So yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly.
Like for me, my setup is like a 3 monitor setup.
Yeah,
Heartless
see,
to still
it's
be, it's not productive, but like I don't have an issue because I don't have
didn't
to
say
like
that.
turn my neck.
I just said that. If
Okay,
he's doing
Heartless.
this is-
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
And this-
definitely not
and
because
this
I can
is-
see my
and this
entire
is
screen.
coming. This is coming from the player that plays on keyboard and stick at the
Right.
same time.
Yo, but
Come
if
on
you
now.
think about it, I do that. So no, my arm
You
doesn't have to move, and my arm doesn't have to move. And I
you
can just
must
sit
have
like
the
this.
most cluttered desk space because those are big equipment all in one space.
If you guys seen some of the stuff just sitting on my desk, you'd be like, why is it there? Why does he have a bag of dice? We don't know.
It's just there.
Why is there Tracer from Overwatch? We don't know.
Yeah, see.
Dope though.
Yeah,
That is dope. You
have you
like, the
started
perfect.
collecting action figures, Heartless?
I not enough, not
Not
enough.
enough.
I have
Okay.
I have one Funko Pop and I have that, and I wish. But to me, the problem for me is I like the really detailed and like kind of
Me
bigger
too.
ones,
Me too.
and they're expensive as hell.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the Bridget
I
one
like
from
Legos.
Guilty Gear is like $300. I'm like,
Wait,
what
what
the hell?
now?
It's $300.
Damn. Nah, I'm good. I mean,
Yeah, I'm all about.
I just signed up for Fan Home, right? They're actually one of our sponsors. But bro, it's actually pretty good though. But the only difference is with Fan Home, you have to build your models from the ground up, right? And that's how it gets its value because you're getting them at pretty cheap. But the thing is, you have to assemble the model, and that's it. But it's
Nice.
pretty dope. Like I have this right now.
I'm all about the Legos. I'm
See,
all about the Legos.
I'm still at the head
Just
for
got
Iron
into
Man.
Legos.
Yeah, really? I'm still at the head for Iron Man. I'm not done yet. Like I have the whole body to do, but I still haven't found time to do it. But
We have ignorance in chat asking why will companies make local co-op games if Wi-Fi exists? How do you
I
guys feel
mean,
about that?
that doesn't say anything about local co-op either way though. Like
I don't
we're
know. I
still
kind of almost agree with him. It's like if 80% of your player base is sitting alone in their rooms,
Mhm.
uh, are they justified in making
Well,
games?
I'm going to respond to Ignorant's comment with this is the whole idea of video games needs to break away from this sort of individual in your basement kind of experience to
right.
the more social aspects of gaming, which we're going to get on Wi-Fi anyway when we stream it. That we're looking for that social
What do you think
engagement.
companies want
Just
though?
eliminate the Wi-Fi
I'm
and
not even
actually do it in
I'm not even
person.
thinking that far ahead. I'm thinking about the kids who have like a sibling and they want to play games together. They would have to
No.
get a whole other device and like Heartless said,
All kids
another
do that
game.
nowadays. All
What
kids
play?
do that.
What play together or play online?
Some of my best moments growing up as a gamer were playing, going over to a friend's house after school and
Mhm.
playing Mario Kart with them, playing GoldenEye 6, GoldenEye, playing those kind of
Yes.
games with
Mhm.
them. Having my Kool-Aid and my after-school snack, and we're just sitting
Kool-Aid.
there, playing a game,
Facts.
like those are great
Facts.
times. Those are my foundational moments in gaming, and
Right.
the
Like I,
last couple generations really haven't had a chance to enjoy that
like
besides one or two games.
like I explained to Heartless, I don't think did we have this conversation today. Like I make most of my friends that I've made over the years were through video games.
Um,
Most of my
Hold on,
closest friends were through video
know what's
do you
games.
have
crazy?
ads on, Cash, or did you mean to turn them off real quick?
No, I
Because
did.
Ignorance says he has an ad.
Yeah, he has an
It's
ad, bro.
okay. It's okay.
Okay, cool,
Uh,
cool. Just wondering.
You
Sorry.
know what's crazy? Now
Mhm.
that I think about it,
Mhm.
the last night playing Helldivers
Yeah.
is the very first time that I have played a co-op experience.
Outside of
Since I
Overwatch?
was, since I was, it's not the same. It's
Mhm.
not the same. Overwatch is a competitive game. I'm talking about like four
Playing
people get
together.
together.
Yeah.
Four people
Mhm.
get together for like one common PVE thing. I haven't done that since I
I
was a
love
kid.
it.
Since
Yeah.
I was a
I,
kid.
And it was so much fun last night, bro.
It
I
was a
love
lot
the.
of
I
fun.
could tell. When we talked about this game the first couple episodes, and I was telling you guys about it, like I was right, right? Like that game is just fun incarnate.
Mhm.
It's just the homies just having some laughs, spreading democracy, killing bugs.
Spreading
It's just a great
democracy.
game,
Spreading
right?
democracy. Yo, the entire night last night we were for
Yeah.
democracy.
I love the
That
Every
game-
satire.
second. Yeah,
It's
it was
Everything
fun.
I
great.
do in my life now is for democracy.
Oh,
Think
wow.
about that. Think about that feeling, Heartless and Cash. Yesterday, imagine if you guys would have all been in the same room.
Right.
How much hyper that would have been,
That'd have been crazy.
That would have been
Would've
super
been-
hype. But the
yeah.
experience in terms of the physical limitations, when you have four people looking at one screen, we're not going to lie. Each person having their own screen is.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
just-
better in that situation.
Helldivers wouldn't exist, actually, if we were forced to play on one screen together locally. It
Well, it
couldn't.
would definitely would lessen the experience. I'll
It
give
would.
you
It
that.
would.
But I think it would still be fun.